Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I'm going to tell you how and why I think I broke my budget for February. We are only in the second week of February and I have blown my budget of $50 to smithereens and purchased 2 out of my 6 eyeshadow palettes for the year. If you're not familiar with my goals for my channel and for my makeup collection this year, I'm going to link up in the cards the video in which I share my 2020 channel resolutions and goals and things like that. But basically I have $50 a month to use toward makeup. That doesn't include skincare, makeup tools, things like that. And also I have committed to only purchasing 6 eyeshadow palettes this year, which is kind of crazy considering I know I purchased more than 6 palettes in December of 2019. So by the time we were in the first week of February, I had already spent my entire budget on 2 products. I don't want to pull in the products necessarily today that I've purchased. You'll see those on my channel throughout the month, as well as in my month in review at the end of the month, in which I share with you what I purchased and things like that. But by February 1st, I had already spent my entire budget, and I also brought a few things into my collection, 3 new pieces by way of my Ulta points for free. So there's that. Overall, I purchased 13 new things this month, plus the additional 3 things that I got for free with my points. So that's 16 new products that came into my collection this month. Yeah. This is a really hard video to film, but this is why I share my goals with you guys, because I do need accountability. I do have accountability with my spouse and friends, as well as with myself. I definitely have to hold myself accountable, and that's why I'm making this video. But next, I decided that I was going to order a makeup brush or a few makeup brushes over the month, or these 2 weeks. This is only the third week of February. But anyhow, I ordered a brush specifically, Specifically because they had a promotion code for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. I've already finished one of these little sample sizes, and to be very honest, which I am, I ended up getting 3 of these this month. I made 3 separate Sephora orders, 1 or 2 for products, makeup products, and then another one for a brush. However, after purchasing the new brushes that I purchased this month, and those are not included in the 13/16 things that I brought in, that was just makeup. But after making these first purchases of the month, a couple of makeup products and then a few brushes, I was still really craving something new. And I don't know why that is, because I already had new products in my collection that I hadn't even used yet. Even specifically I hadn't used on my channel. So usually when I'm craving something new, the first thing I need to look at is why. And for me, this month, I had a lot of personal and very emotional things going on. And it was 100% emotional shopping for me this month. Emotional turmoil that I was soothing by way of browsing online, looking for something to wanting something to want, as I talked about in my No Buy Year. And it was just very hard. I mean, even last night, which, you know, I've not even received all of the things that I ordered yet, and I was still on the app. And that's really weird to me, because the emotional stuff had gotten better prior to last night. And so I'm not for sure. I think once I get started, it's very hard to stop. and it becomes more habitual than anything. I've talked before about taking my phone into the bathtub with me when I'm chillaxing with some Epsom salt and whatnot. And that's a huge downfall. I don't do that anymore. But I don't know, you guys. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I know one thing for sure, you know, we've already done our taxes for the year, my spouse and I, and so I know we have like some extra expendable money, if you will, coming into our lives very soon. I think part of the problem is definitely that I have the Ulta and Sephora store credit cards, not like the Visa one, but the ones basically a charge account to each of the stores. And I thought that would be really good because with the Sephora card, you earn 4% back. So whatever you spend at Sephora, you end up getting a reward of 4% back. Kind of like the Ulta point system, but it's using credit. And the Ulta card, I accrue points faster. Therefore, I'm earning more free makeup with purchases that I would normally make, which is the reason why I allowed myself those cards to begin with, because I do buy skincare. I use quite a bit of skincare. My son uses skincare from Mario Badescu, so I do order that through Ulta and things like that. But I think number one, with my spouse having been working out of state for quite some time now, that accountability, it is there, but it isn't. And I think if he were here and like visually seeing the amount of makeup that's coming into my life every month, I would not be behaving the way that I have been, which is really, really hard to admit, but I'm hoping that this can help you sort of dissect your shopping behavior if you're struggling like I am. I've broken this down a little bit into like where I think I went wrong, what mistakes I felt like I made, and then sort of the results of those mistakes. The first mistake I made was watching a lot of collection videos. Collection videos usually go up in the first part of the year. Mine will be coming soon, allegedly, if I can get a sort of flat lay situation worked out. And also like end of the year wrap up type videos, you know, best of drugstore, best of high end, best of luxury, and so on. I love videos like that because I feel like when I put something into the best of category or the top 5 category or what have you, it really is a favorite. Like it's a long-standing favorite, and that's why I like listening to those types of videos. However, they do make me want to buy some of those things, and I did buy 2 things this month as a result directly of watching favorite and collection type videos. The second mistake I felt like I made because this is a giveaway here and it'll be coming later this week, the 7 looks including this one, but I watched videos on something I knew I wanted very badly, which was the Natasha Denona Love Palette. I started watching videos of people swatching it, creating looks and things like that, and I already knew that I wanted it, but I also knew that it might not be the best decision on my part to purchase this right now so early in the year with really wanting to bring 6 palettes or less into my life this year. I genuinely want that, but that was my mistake. I started watching videos of other people with the palette, and I had really been I really wanted the Sunrise palette, and I still really like that palette, but I didn't think it was like 100% a good fit for me based on certain shadows in the palette I didn't think I'd get a lot of use out of. This, however, I felt like even though there was a lot of pink in here, and I don't wear a ton of pink on my eyes, though I always get compliments when I do, The pinks that were in here were the type of pinks that I do feel more comfortable wearing on my eyes. I love purple on my eyes. Brown eyes and purple eyeshadow are like a match made in heaven. And then, you know, a couple of like red, burgundy, wine, berry type shades, which I do like to incorporate with purples and pinks. So that was my second mistake. By then, my budget was busted to smithereens, and that's when the third mistake came in. The third mistake was that I really felt like, since I had already broken my budget and I had a sum of money coming into my life that was superfluous through taxes, that I might just as well go ahead and order all the things that I've been wanting, but that I couldn't order because of my budget. And so that's what I decided to do. I didn't just order the Love palette. I replaced my Fenty Gloss Bomb, which I've used up. I ordered a bronzer, an expensive luxury bronzer that I've been wanting. The two things that haven't arrived yet are two things from Charlotte Tilbury. So like, I'd already broken the budget, but that wasn't enough. I decided to just like take a sledgehammer and just bust it into dust. And that's what I did. And like I said, even up to last night, I already had this video planned. I already had my notes written down here, mistakes that I had made and so on. And I was still looking with this idea that like, I might just as well max out my cards and then pay it off with taxes. What in the frank was I doing? There's nothing else. Like, at that point, I really was wanting something to want. I was looking through all the new releases, through all the eyeshadow palettes and so on. And there's like one thing that I want, but it's a palette. And then that's half of my palettes for the year. So the results of all of this, as far as I can see, is, first of all, I feel really guilty and embarrassed. Overall, within myself, like, I'm embarrassed of myself within myself, if that makes any sense. But I'm also embarrassed to say it out loud, to write it on paper. I did confess to my husband, that I had done that and why I thought I had done that and all of that. And it's not a problem. I'm not putting us into debt by using these credit cards. I want to make that very clear. We don't have any debt. I wouldn't be purchasing makeup if we were, or if we did have debt. Technically it's debt because it's on credit, but it gets paid off right away. I never accrue any interest, or anything like that. So, I just feel really embarrassed and guilty about it. I'm embarrassed that my well-laid plan already has been busted apart in the second month of the year. That is really embarrassing to me because I know I can do better than that. I have done better than that. In my 7 months of no buying last year, I didn't buy any makeup. And now I have a budget to actually buy makeup, but then I busted it in the second month. So it's embarrassing to me that my plan was not as well laid as I thought. The other result is that I'm down to 4 out of 6 eyeshadow palettes for the year. I'm very, very happy with this purchase so far. I'm really enjoying it. The other palette, Deborah, if you're watching, is the Lorac Mega Pro 4. Looks like this. I actually thought this was going to be a really good option for the fact that I've been craving pastels, and this is a lot of pastel here, but and I'm glad that I got it for a steal. Regular price $60, I got it for $15. As a result of having bought 2 out of the 6 and it's only February, I'm already in my mind mulling around the idea that maybe 12 is more reasonable than 6, and I don't want to do that. That's the problem, is I'm making the rules, and somehow I allow myself to change the rules as I go and justify it in my head that it's okay to change the rules because I'm the boss, right? It's not okay. I don't want 12 new eyeshadow palettes this year. And then, you know, the last result being holding myself accountable with my spouse, with you guys, with whomever that cares. With myself, you know, I failed at holding myself accountable to my budget, and that's very disappointing to me. I'm trying to take more control of my own behavior in my fitness and health journey that I've been going on, and overall my mental health, wellness. You know, I do go to counseling weekly and I do hold myself accountable to that. But I failed in this way at holding myself accountable to my $50 budget, and it's really disappointing to me. So what now? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. There are 10 more months out of the year and only 4 palettes to be purchased. So I'm really going to have to look at my calendar and maybe spread that out or make some kind of goal. I'm definitely not buying anything else in February. I can tell you that. I am done. 16 new things for all intents and purposes is not only too much for 1 month, but beyond that as well, in my opinion. I love trying new things. That's the thing. But I don't want to be wasteful either. And I do have some amazingly beautiful things, both luxury and otherwise. And I want to use them. I have palettes and products and all kinds of things that I either haven't used at all or I haven't used even enough to form any kind of opinion on. And I don't like to give you guys my opinion unless I do have fully formed thoughts and opinions on it. You know, I'm just really pinching myself at this point, telling myself to wake up. I do want to form some kind of plan. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to be purchasing anything else in February. Maybe by the time my month in review rolls around and I show you and tell you everything that I purchased this month or received, I'll have a plan. It might be a no by March. I don't know yet. I'm definitely in my mind right now having that FOMO, the fear of missing out, on new releases, even for the rest of February, because they're coming out every week. That's, you know, that's the way of the world right now. And it's really hard as a creator of beauty videos to keep a level head. For me, this is not for everybody. I'm talking about me. It's just really hard to keep a level head about these things when you're wanting to try all the new things, and all the new things, it's just like a constant, not even a trickle, like a constant of new things. And I love beautiful things, just, you know, kind of like Hannah Louise Poston talks about beautiful things, and I would like to have less beautiful things coming into my life this year. I don't want to outgrow my storage over here or anything like that. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. The reason I'm sharing this with you guys is in case it would help someone. In case it would help someone out there that I said something that clicked with you, that resonated with you, to sort of dissect and you know, mull through your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. It's really hard. It's really hard not to want to buy beautiful new things all the time, whether it's makeup or otherwise, clothes, shoes, bags, you know, snow globes, whatever your thing is. So, like I said, I'm just sharing this in case it would be helpful to you. Also, as a means of being accountable to you guys. You know, this is a little experiment for me, this beauty budget this year. And I'm learning a lot, obviously. So I hope you enjoyed this video and or that it was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. I want to say thank you to all of you who watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. And to all of you, if you liked this video, enjoyed while you were watching, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up because that really helps me out here in Beauty Land. And with all that said, I do hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, use what you have makeup days. And I will see you with some new products in my next video real soon.